founders, friends, and family. It means you are at a stage where you have zero revenue. If you see the x-axis is the revenue, if you see the x-axis is the time and the y-axis is the revenue. So at the startup stage, when you have zero, you have started at 0 month and zero revenue, you are at triple F. You take money from founders, friends, and family. That is called startup stage. Let's say you have taken money from your family and put your own money. Now you have made a minimum viable product. Now, what is a minimum viable product? I've already explained, correct? So you have got an MVP and you have something to show. So you go to some individuals who that maybe your rich uncle, or maybe suddenly you will start you will start finding contacts of your far relatives who have a lot of money. And those ideas will pop up, that you will ask your mom, dad, can you get me in touch with that uncle you were mentioning who has a you know a lot of properties, will he invest in my startup? And suddenly your memory will get a boost, right? So in case these people around you invest in your company, they are investing in the individual capacity, so they are called angel investor, who invest individually, who invest at a very early stage when you have very less revenue and it's very new startup. Let's say now you have taken money from your few angel investors, you have got your MVP in the market, and you are starting generating more revenue. Now you need more money to grow. Let's say you have sold it to 1,000 customers. Now you are thinking that how I can reach to 10 lakh customers. You need a lot of money to grow, to market, to manage the demand, correct? So you take money from institutions. Institutions means, uh, I'll give you an example of institution. Let's say we 11 people are there, right? And we invest in individual startups. We all have some amount of money. We all are very rich, but we are, with individually we are only able to invest in few startups. We have lack of time, lack of guidance. I said that give all of your money to me. I have taken pool money from 11 people. Now I have invested that amount in 100 startups. So let's say if Arushi has 5 lakh rupees. So 2 lakh rupees is invested in A startup. 2 lakh rupees, her 2 lakh rupees is invested in B startup. Her 2 lakh rupees is invested in C startup. In that way, her risk is diversified. But she's not doing on her own. I am doing it for everyone. मैंने बोला आप मुझे अपने पैसे दे दो. I will invest it in multiple startups so that the risk is diversified. Now, if I pool all of the money, I have a lot of money, so I can invest big amount. So now let's say I have started a Metvy Capital. So Metvy Capital has become a venture capital. It's a VC firm that is now investing in a lot of startups. And VC firm का पैसा कैसे आ रहा है? By a lot of investors only, correct? Now let's say दो startup fail हो गए, एक startup बहुत successful हो गया. So Arushi's investment is she got her return, right? Even if 1 out of 3 startups get successful. So that is called venture capital. Venture capital come at a later stage. Angel investor comes at an initial stage. Angel investor is one individual. Venture capital is a group of people. Angel investor invests at an early stage. Venture capital invests at a growth stage. And then private equity investors. Private equity is not something that is required for me right now to make you learn, because that is on a very later stage. कि जो matured businesses हैं, who are not at a startup stage but needs money, who are not listed. मतलब ऐसे नहीं कि stock market में listed है. No, not listed but are big enough that you don't call them a startup. So that are called matured businesses, and they need private equity investment. So are you able to understand? For example, startups. Would you call companies like Ola, Uber, Zomato a startup now? You will not call them. Zomato तो list ही हो गया, तो private equity रहा ही नहीं, public company हो गया. Ola, for example, right? So they can say that we are looking for private equity investments, which is in 1,000 crore, 2,000 crore, 5,000 crore, 10,000 crore.